perfect segue to talk about one of the devil's angels. Chelsea Handler took to TikTok to glorify her pointless, childless, very lonely life. And the reason why I know she's just dead wrong is because I'm childless, and it's a mistake, and I'm not lying to myself that, you know, having a bunch of money and some fame and getting to do whatever you want is better than having a family and kids. But Chelsea Handler is still in a great deal of denial. Let's watch the clip, and I can't wait to hear your take on this, Allie.
This is a day in the life of a childless woman. I wake up at 6 a.m. I remember that I have no kids to take to school, so I take an edible, masturbate, and go back to sleep. I wake up at 12:30 p.m. and get ready for a busy day of doing whatever the I feel like. I put on my most impractical and stylish shoes since I won't be chasing a child around the grocery store. I go to my fave spot in Paris to grab a croissant. I do a meditation sesh on the plane since I have no screaming kids, allowing me all the time in the world to become enlightened. The weightlessness of my existence has granted me superhuman powers. I teleport myself back home. Then I get ready for a night out with whatever hot guy I met on Raya that morning. I call up a babysitter and tell her that I don't need her since I still don't have kids. Now it's time for a workout, so I hit Mount Everest for a quick climb. I invent a time machine, go back in time, and kill Hitler. Freeze, you bastard! It's amazing what you can do when you have this much free time. And that's a day in the life of a childless woman.
This woman's possessed. Allie, your thoughts.
Yeah, I'll summarize. But I also talk about this on my show today. Okay, so first of all, this is the life of a rich person. This is not the life of a childless person. A rich person with kids could do things like travel to Paris and things like that. You just hire a nanny. So what she just described is not being without kids, it's having millions of dollars. Secondly, homegirl's 47, okay? Girl, your kids could be grown and married right now. Like, she's acting like she would have toddlers running around if she had kids. Girl, you're pushing 50 years old. You don't have to worry about having toddlers. It's not biologically possible. And so I just think it's funny how she thinks moms of toddlers, 30-year-old moms of toddlers like I do, wish that we were her just so we could, I don't know, wake up at 12:30 and do the things that she does. That's not to say that motherhood isn't hard. It does require sacrifice. She's right about that. It does require inconveniences and you denying yourself in a lot of ways that you didn't have to do before. All that is true. However, even on my hardest day, there is no amount of money that you could give me to trade places with Chelsea Handler. And by the way, secure and happy people do not feel the need to constantly tell people that they're secure and happy.
I literally watched that and go, they should take her belt and shoelaces away from her. She's suicidal. That's the only. Maybe she thinks there's some humor in this, but this is I honestly hear it as a cry for help.
Yeah, I think so too.
It would be hard. It would be hard to concoct a more sad, selfish video than the one she just put forth. There's also something, if you dig into her, I guess she admitted last June, she had 3 abortions in high school. When you're 50 years old, as she is, you're probably starting to think of what would my life look like had I not been so selfish in murdering my own children in high school. And so I'm with you. When you've gone that far, she's so far off the reservation, she thinks she can make a skit about being childless after murdering her own children. She's this far off of it, and that she's a part of this Shout Your Abortion crew. She thinks, you know, she's with Lena Dunham, who says, you know, you can't enter into womanhood until you've had an abortion. That's how they feel. And so she has such major issues here. It is hard to put together. And then everybody else, who I think it was Matt Walsh pointed out, he's like, if your life was so good, why did you have to make it all up? Because you've never done any of those things.
Yeah. And by the way, she is a mother. Allie. Like, if you've had abortions, you're a mother. That's the thing. She's just not a mother of living children. She's a mother of 3 dead children. So she can talk about, I'm so glad I'm not a mom. Girl, you're a mom. You are a mom, and you will be a mom for the rest of your life. You just decided it's the first act of motherhood to kill your children. So maybe she's also dealing with that. It's not just the regret of not ever allowing her kids to be born or not ever having living children, but I mean, to go through everything that an abortion entails when you're a teenager, and to realize that at this point you could have grandchildren. I mean, there's a lot of spiritual stuff, I think, going on there.